Hi, this is Drew Jones of Drew's Guitar Shop, and today I wanted to do a brief video about how to clean or polish frets while they're on a finished fretboard. So if you have a Fender with a maple fretboard, pretty much any guitar with a maple fretboard, or you have one of these older instruments like this old banjo uke here, you may encounter a fretboard that has some finish on it. And the problem with cleaning those frets is you can't just take abrasive and just go at it, because otherwise you're gonna damage the finish with whatever abrasive you're using. And so you might see some tutorials where people have put tape all up and down the neck, and we call that mummifying the neck. And generally speaking, that's something that you do want to do if you're doing some really deep fretwork. So like if you're dressing frets or you're doing fret leveling or anything like that. But for just cleaning them, this is a quick and easy way to do it. I do recommend using blue painter's tape, because blue painter's tape is actually designed to go over finishes and paints and not damage them. And I also recommend taking that blue painter's tape and maybe sticking it to a towel or a t-shirt a few times and getting it nice and tacky, and so that way you're going to reduce the risk of damaging that finish. And so I'm going to take this piece of tape and I'm going to put it flush up against that fret. I want to make sure that I'm not exposing any of that finish on the fretboard, because anything that this tape isn't touching is going to get hit by the steel wool that I'm going to be using, and you don't want to be taking that steel wool to the finish. So get this on the other side of that fret here, and again right up against it. Maybe fold over these edges just a little bit. And the steel wool that I'm going to be using is this 4/0 steel wool. The steel wool comes in different grades. The finer stuff tends to be measured in zeros, and so you'll see 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and the stuff that I'm using is 0, 0, 0, 0. I find that this does a fine job. Different people might use different grits. One important thing to note is that I'm going to pull the ukulele's neck off of the end of the workbench here, so the steel wool fibers that are coming off of this while I'm doing the work don't get into the fibers of my work surface, because if they do that, this terry cloth towel is just going to hold on to those fibers, and it's going to cause little micro scratches and other instruments afterwards. And so yeah, definitely want to do this away from your work surface. So I'm just going to take that and just going to give a brief little rub. Maybe go in the other direction too. And now I'm going to pull this off camera for a moment so I can blow this off away from my workbench. There you have it. It's a nice polished fret. It's going to look really, really nice. Go ahead and gently peel this tape off. Even though it's been tacked up and it's supposedly finish safe, it's a good idea to be kind of careful with that. And this camera isn't necessarily the highest quality, but you might be able to see the color difference between these 3 frets that I've done here and these frets that I haven't. So anyway, if you're trying to clean up the frets or polish them on an instrument that's got a finished fretboard, this is the way that I like to do it. That's quick and easy and doesn't necessarily require mummifying the entire board, and also will protect your finish. This has been Drew Jones of Drew's Guitar Shop in Seattle, Washington. If you have any instrument repair needs or questions, please feel free to give me a call. There's a link to my website in the description of the video. Thank you very much. Have a good one.